What is up, goalkeepers? Today we have a pretty cool pair of gloves to review, the Adidas Predator Fingersave Repliques, or should I say Fingersave Replicas. So the Fingersave Replicas come with 3mm of all-round Adidas latex on a flat cut. As you can see, it's a very flat and boxy cut. It's nothing very much special about the cut of the gloves. The thumb is pretty flimsy as well, and the 3mm of latex, all-round latex, is quite thin. The backhand is a basic latex backhand, but as you can see, there are some finger saves inside of the gloves. Their 4 fingers have finger saves behind them, and therefore you won't have hyperextended fingers and you prevent yourself from injuries. The finger saves are pretty flexible when I first opened the gloves, and that's is a huge plus for me. The wrist strap is pretty much a basic latex wrist strap as well. The only cool thing is the elastic tunnel entrance, and that's something that I really enjoy in my gloves, as I said in my previous few reviews, because I have pretty big wrists. So the basic latex wristband doesn't give you any special kind of tightness like the double elastic wristband of Adidas Predator Pros or West Coast goalkeeping gloves. The colorway of the gloves are striking neon red and black, which is pretty much similar to the Predator Pros, just that there's no orange Nova latex at the fingertips. So let's bring these gloves out to the field and let's see how they fare. When I first took the gloves out onto the field, I didn't really feel very special because there are many basic goalkeepers, many beginner goalkeepers around having the Predator training gloves which have the same colorway, and that's something that I have an issue with because I love having my gloves stand out on the pitch, but that's just my preference. The gloves didn't go above and beyond when it comes to grip. The 3mm of all-round latex wasn't fantastic because I've been using 2 pro-level gloves, the Adidas Predator Zone Pros and the West Coast Goalkeeping Viper Pink Limited Editions, which were really excellent in grip. So when I used these pair of Adidas Fingersave replicas, they didn't serve me as well as those other gloves did. However, these gloves still will hold on to most of your shots if you have the right catching technique, and the finger saves do help a lot in protecting your fingers from hyperextension or other injuries. The Fingersave replicas were really disappointing when it comes to handling rain. This is because the gloves get really very heavy and the gloves lose all of their grip. And this is a huge issue for me because I live in Singapore and it rains quite often, and when it starts to rain I lose all of the grip of my gloves, and this just really disappoints me. However, these gloves do serve their purpose in protecting your fingers because of the finger saves, and for a beginner goalkeeper who wants to have a trial on how finger saves feel, these pair of gloves will be fantastic for you because they have decent cushioning and the finger saves work really well. They haven't broken even though I have used them for about 4 months. However, for the older goalkeepers playing in leagues or matches, I do not recommend these as a match level glove because I feel that they should just be advanced training, because the grip is pretty decent and the finger saves do help a little bit, but it's not match level. You want a better pair of gloves, probably a roll finger or negative cut glove, such as the Predator Pros from Adidas or the Predator Ultimates from Adidas. Those are much better for you to use in match levels. So after 4 months of usage, you can see that the gloves have really deteriorated. However, the palm still is pretty decent. You can see that the backhand loses quite a bit of its color and there's a lot of chipping of the latex. And at the fingers, especially on my right hand, you can see there's quite a bit of chipping as well. The biggest problem that I have with these pair of gloves are the stitching around the fingers. As you can see, there are holes around the fingers, and this is not from careless diving or me palming the ground, but it's actually from the stitching itself. The stitching is very poorly done on these pair of gloves, and therefore I highly recommend you to look after your glove. Make sure that you do not stretch your fingers out too much, or you might tear them if you're trying to save money. However, for pro level goalkeepers, I wouldn't recommend these pair of gloves because the stitching is really poor, and this is not the kind of stitching you would want on a match level glove. This is not something you want to worry about during a match. Hey goalkeepers, thank you so much for watching my video. If you do, remember to like and subscribe. I'll be doing a collaboration with another YouTuber in the coming week, so that's something to look forward to. So I'll be seeing you again next time. See you again, goalkeepers.